Welcome back. How are you guys doing? It's been a delay. There's been a big delay actually. And yeah, that's pretty well on my part. But there's no excuses for that. Really, once the internship started, I ended up landing it. It was internship, gym, 2 online classes for the summer to get general eds out of the way, and just kind of repeat, considering it was working 2 jobs, still working retail, then working the internship. So it was like 56, 58 to 60 plus hours a week on top of 2 classes, and then just trying to maintain stuff. So I let stuff slip, so I figured I would just do a life update, try and get back on track because the classes end pretty soon. The second job ends pretty soon, to where it's just internship, gym, a little more free time, and just figuring stuff out better finally, getting in a routine and getting stuff prepared again. But yeah, where do I start? Overcommitment is definitely a big thing, I think. And I think that it has been getting more conversation in the last few years, but I don't think it's at the point where it should be yet. Because we live in such a competitive time and such a competitive atmosphere to where you really have to build that resume and you really have to get stuff going and get stuff pumped out at least at the same level as your peers, to where, hey, this person's working one job and they're doing like so many classes, but this other person just dedicates so much time to classes or so much, and they land an internship from that. But your internship's looking for different qualifications that you don't have because of just the commitment that you have. So then you throw in more classes on top of work and on top of other things. So then you really just bog yourself down and overcommit yourself just to kind of stay competitive and stay where you're at with your peers, which I do think there needs to be a conversation about just keeping up with the Johnsons, you know, comparing yourself to your peers and overall like comparison where we are, and to just cut back on comparing ourselves to others constantly because we're not all the same and we're all at different levels. But, you know, on another note, and like, it's not brought on by the internship, but in a way that it is, because the internship provides me with more work hours, it's paid. So I am making a lot more money than I've been used to recently, which has really allowed me to dump more into investments and get more into investing again, instead of, it was the retail job covered like a lot of living expenses, but there wasn't like a lot left over after that. So lifestyle inflation, I've been trying to starve that one off and put more into investments, which investments have gone really well. As for like traditional investments, really haven't done that many more. I've started to go a lot more into crypto to just cement my portfolio a little more before some incoming legislation comes in, potentially, to give it new laws, new guidelines, new taxes, which, you know, I'm really not thrilled about. Kind of want to know some of the rationale behind the bill and why it's being constructed the way that it is, because I think if a bill is going to be proposed or a bill is going to be passed, it should be passed by people that understand completely what they're getting into, instead of, for example, it being you design cars for a living, but other people are going to tell you how to build cars and what to sell cars for, but they don't understand like the building processes. It's you're building a house, but other people are telling you what to build, what to do, even though they don't understand the construction of a house. That's probably not a very good example. I might just cut all of that. But if there's an awkward cut, it's because I tried to go for some bad metaphors. But I really hope that the new legislation and the new laws coming into crypto, and definitely the regulations, I hope that it's at least proposed by and it's decided by people that at least understand crypto and decentralized finance, because I don't want to discuss politics and government too much, but if they don't understand like the bills that they're proposing around crypto and they're just proposing it to get more taxes out of it, they could just kill off the crypto market in the US in total, whereas I think if you kind of left crypto as it is right now, even if people are making a ton of money off of it, but the government's not going to be getting their stakes in just from the crypto part itself, people spend money. People spend money on stupid things. So even though that the government might not get their cut of taxes from that initial like making an investment of it, people are probably going to spend a lot of money that they're earning from crypto if they are successful in it, of which the government could get cuts from it, and they still get their portions from how it's bought. But if they're extremely disconnected to the point where they don't understand crypto and decentralized finance, and they try and put too many regulations on it, I think they could personally kill it. And if you don't understand anything at all, and it's past their prime to where they're just passing legislation to pass legislation, I don't think they're suited to it, instead of financial institutions and people that understand crypto to be passing regulations regarding it. Because it is a tough subject to understand, but should there be regulations? Yes, but I feel like the people making the regulations should be educated in what they're doing. And I'm not gonna act like I know a ton, but from like a base understanding, it's just like, don't invest in something if you don't understand it. Don't put rules on it if you don't understand it or if you don't know what's going on. But I hope to be a little more consistent as the internship continues, but classes wrap up and time frees up a little more. But with that being said, I don't really know what else to discuss. I really wanted to talk about crypto and classes and what's going on. It's not an excuse for being as absent as I have been, but I hope to improve that in the coming times, get better, get more consistent, and see where I can take this. Because I kind of want to lean more towards like finance and day-to-day life, but especially finance as a college student, and really take advantage of like a lot of the college topics and like emerging in the COVID generation, and the people that are going to be going out into the world that's affected by COVID more, where we don't have like solid footing and solid standing before it. A lot of us were in high school where you might have a part-time job, but it's probably minimum wage and it's not making too much. And then you still have to pay off college. Then leaving college, what is life going to be like? But talk to you guys soon. Hopefully I don't fuck up editing too much. And hope you guys have a great one.